Just devastating. Every day I read about more jobs lost in Calgary. I'm boggled by the enormity of the statistics, but every one of those statistics is a personal tragedy for a family. As we told you last week, more than 100 Albertans are leaving the province every single day. They obviously believe they have no future in Alberta. Housing starts literally down 50%. And those who still have jobs, their earnings are falling too. So what's Rachel Notley's plan? What can the NDP do? The oil industry is hurting around the world because of low prices, but the world still burns 95 million barrels of oil a day. That oil has to be produced somewhere. Oil companies are still making investments, still hiring people. They're still pulling out of Alberta, though, and investing elsewhere, where the world price of oil is still low, but the local government isn't as punitive as it is in Alberta. The NDP has devastated oil and gas in Alberta, kicking it when it's down. Things are going to get worse when the NDP brings in their carbon tax in a year, and they've declared war on farms too, forcing through a farm unionization bill. So what's the latest plan for the NDP to fix the economy? Let me read to you the latest from Alberta's destroyers. Alberta is leading on climate change and creating jobs with solar power. Really? So you're sitting on the world's third largest oil reserves, but you've killed 100,000 oil and gas jobs and driven tens of billions of dollars of investment out of the province. But you're going to give a $5 million subsidy to put some solar panels on top of barns? That's the plan to save the province's jobs, eh? To bring the jobs back, eh? To stop 100 people a day from fleeing, eh? Solar panels on barns. Solar panels are not even made in Alberta, so basically we're subsidizing foreign manufacturers, often in China, still whose product couldn't pay for itself without a government subsidy, a product so unreliable that it only works if there is a coal or gas-fired backup power plant for when, it's not sunny or cloudy. Of course, being solar, it only works during the daytime. And then there's this little thing about Alberta. Maybe the senior staff in Notley's office, who are mainly from Vancouver and Toronto, don't know about it. It's called snow. It is snowing in Alberta now, all over Alberta. It's covering solar panels. They don't work under the snow. They don't really work when they're not under the snow either, though. Here's a report that the CBC did a few years back about these solar panel schemes that you sometimes see on the roofs of your neighborhood social justice warrior, that lefty snob who wants to signal to everyone else on the block that he's morally superior. So he puts a solar panel on his house roof. Not enough to unhook from the power grid, just enough to show that he's better than you. The story actually quotes Professor Andrew Leach of the University of Alberta, who used to, be an independent economist before he went to work for the NDP. He was the guy who recommended the carbon tax for Alberta. But back when he wasn't on NDP payroll, Andrew Leach did a study of these solar roof schemes. Leach's study showed that far from saving money, it actually costs you more. You will never make your investment back. You can't. It's just too wasteful. These solar panels use more resources than they save. They literally are the opposite of the environmentalist credo of reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the reason this $5 million NDP announcement. Solar panels are so wasteful, they use more resources than they save. No one would do them without $5 million from the government just to bring them up to level. So let's recap. You've got 100,000 job losses in the oil industry in 1 year. You've got an anti-oil NDP government driving out tens of billions of dollars in investment, and in the name of job creation, they will throw $5 million at corporate welfare to subsidize foreign solar panel manufacturers in a plan that's all about PR. It won't work. $5 million taken from taxes on the real oil industry that is working, that's still surviving. Not one new job will be created by this, but friends of the NDP will get $5 million for free. Hey, I said not one new job will create it. I guess that's not fair. Take a look at the bottom of the press release. No fewer than 5 NDP spin doctors are listed on this press release to push the deal. So I guess those are 5 government jobs that were created for $5 million. That's the NDP's job plan. These people are destroyers. For TheRebel.media, I'm Ezra Levant.